The African Union is on the move. Fast. On June 17, 2025, a special envoy from the AU landed in Ouagadougou for a high-level meeting with Captain Ibrahim Traore. Now the question echoing across West Africa is this: why the urgency? What is the AU scrambling to contain in Burkina Faso? Let's break it down. In less than 2 years, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have flipped the script. They exited ECOWAS, now called ECOWAS, and formed the Alliance of Sahel States, AES. AES was created September 16, 2023, as a military and economic alliance. It became a formal confederation on July 6, 2024. Led by Traoré, Colonel Goita of Mali, and General Chiani of Niger, this alliance has built a 5,000-strong joint military force. A common visa, launched January 29, 2025. A unified flag, revealed February 22, 2025. Plans for a new currency to replace the CFA franc. They call it sovereignty. The AU and ECOWAS call it rebellion. On June 17, 2025, Antonio Tete, envoy of the AU chairperson, met Traoré in Ouagadougou. Officially, he came to listen and assess the Sahel crisis. But let's be real, this visit reeks of panic. For years, the AU condemned Traoré and his allies, imposed sanctions, and parroted Western outrage. Now they show up in person? That's not diplomacy, it's damage control. The AU was born in 2002 to unify Africa, but over 70% of its funding comes from foreign donors. That means Western powers still pull the strings. From the Sahel insurgencies to the failed African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, the AU has delivered more talk than action. Meanwhile, the AES is doing what the AU couldn't: securing borders, resisting neo-colonialism, and planning real economic autonomy. The AU sees its credibility crumbling fast. Just weeks before the visit, Nigeria invited AES nations to the 2025 West Africa Economic Summit in Abuja. Their excuse? You left ECOWAS, but you're still West African. Nice try. After imposing sanctions in 2020 Mali, 2022 Burkina Faso, and 2023 Niger, ECOWAS now wants to play nice. That's not unity. That's desperation. Those ECOWAS sanctions were brutal: border closures, no-fly zones, frozen assets. But the AES nations didn't cave. They built their own path. In Niger, sanctions triggered protests against ECOWAS. In Burkina Faso, Traoré became a symbol of resistance. In Mali, Goita echoed the same anti-imperialist tone. The message? Africa is done begging. Since taking power in 2022, Traoré has made bold moves. Created a state-owned mining company. Demanded 15% stakes for local workers in all foreign mines. Started building a national gold refinery. Doubled military spending using gold revenues. Acquired drones and helicopters from Russia and Turkey. Burkina Faso is now Africa's fourth largest gold producer. And for once, the gold might actually benefit Burkinabes. In a fiery July 6, 2024 speech, Traoré said, "This continent has suffered enough from the fire of imperialists. Our resources will remain for us and our people." That wasn't just rhetoric. It was a declaration of independence from a system that keeps Africa poor while the West profits. The African Union isn't visiting Burkina Faso out of solidarity. They're fighting for relevance. AES is gaining momentum. Real integration, real reforms, and a real threat to the Western-controlled status quo. The battle for Africa's future is happening now, and it's being led not from Addis Ababa, but from Ouagadougou.